Well, three things have happened since I was here at the farm last. Number one, we've had a really significant snow and ice storm, and there's been a lot of trees down here along the road, and so I suspect we'll have a mess there at the house, but I don't think we have any damage to the house. That we'll see here in a couple of minutes. The second significant thing is that I bought my first gun at a pawn shop, and if you follow the channel, then love these Louisiana roads. I don't know about you, but if you follow the channel, you might have seen that Ruger single 6 in last week's video, and I had thought about shooting it for this week's video here at the farm, but that's just not going to happen because a third significant thing has happened since I was here last, and that's that I bought my second gun at a pawn shop. And so stick around for just a few minutes and we're going to break out this vintage Marlin 336 that looks brand new. Well, there it is, almost like new. 1979 Marlin model 336 from the pawn shop. And it needs to be sighted in, and somebody once told me that no one's coming, it's up to you. And so I need to get down there, put some shots downrange and see if we're on target. And we're going to use Remington Express core-locked 200 grain bullets. So while I walk down there and get set up, I'm going to show you some really close-up footage of this very nice Marlin Model 336. You know, I was kind of worried about this old post oak right here, because that tree has probably been in the ground for well over 200 years. And how do I know? Because we used to have one right across the road, and when it died, we counted the rings on that tree, and it was from, we couldn't count anymore after about 1835, and it was still had another inch or two of growth in there. So I'm guessing this big brother post oak right there is well over 200 years old. So I'm glad that that one didn't lose any limbs. But we've got some here, and some of this, the brown stuff, is old from the snow. The green stuff, all of this green stuff, is from the ice storm we just had. So let's get her loaded up for the first time, and I can tell you this, the loading gate, oh my goodness, it needs a little bit of work. So we'll take care of that once my son gets over here. But yeah, that's pretty stiff, and it bites. All right, let me get my ears in, and we'll see if we can wring some steel. right, one ringy dingy. Okay, well, at least we're on steel. I did have a miss in there, and at least we're on steel at about 35 yards. About 35 yards. But gosh, what a lovely gun. And this even has the sticker from the Sports Center in Natchez, Mississippi. And it had the Marlin sticker on it right here, and I took that off because it was starting to peel anyway, and I kind of wanted to preserve that sticker. So yeah, that's got some shark's teeth right there. Wow. Okay. Let's see if I can put one on. I think you can see the next one right there. That's about 85 yards. Let's see if I can hit that one from here. There's a hit. Two. Well, as I said, this was my second gun to find at a pawn shop, and this is all new to me because every time I've been into a pawn shop, it's been just on a lark, and I really haven't been looking for anything or expecting anything, and so this whole pawn shop thing is pretty new to me. But I went into another pawn shop after a different one than the one I bought the single 6 at, and they had 3 rifles that looked like brand new. They had a 2007 version of this rifle with checkering and the thumb safety, and then they had a Henry lever gun 22, and so this one, because it was from 1979 and the year my son was born, I figured someday he would like to have this. Don't know how soon that'll be, but anyway, the whole pawn shop thing is exciting territory, and I'm sure that I'll be checking out pawn shops more frequently. But it is a different realm, and you have to be careful. As I said, I think I said that in the video that I made about the Security 6 or the single 6. You have to know what you're doing, do your homework, and be prepared whenever you're buying a used gun that you can't shoot. Be prepared for things to not be the way you expected. Kind of like the 22 Magnum cylinder instead of the 22 long rifle cylinder that I expected on the single 6. So, and you know what? If you guys will stick around just a few more minutes, I'm going to show you. I want to start doing this a little bit, but you know, I do a lot of reloading on the channel. And one of the things you have to really be concerned about when you're reloading is pressure, because if you overpressure a gun, you can both destroy the firearm as well as injure yourself. And I bought some range brass from a store close to my house in Houston. And as I was going through the range brass, I found a couple of really good. In fact, I'll just show you that right now before we shoot. But one of the pressure signs, one of the signs that you look for excess pressure, is a flattened primer. And here is a perfect example of a flattened primer. And you can tell which one is still rounded, and which one has been flattened by pressure. Let me see if I can do that again. And this one right here is the one that has been flattened and has more filled the chamfer of the primer pocket. And so just one of the signs of too much pressure. Oh yes, yes, I love this Marlin 336, and I really like the 35 Remington. Okay, let's get her loaded up again. Really tough and sharp edges on the inside, all around the loading gate on the inside, and so when your thumb goes down in there, it's wanting to leave skin behind. Maybe that's part of the process of smoothing those rough edges, those sharp edges. That's not going in there. So you've seen the other Marlins on my channel. I've got the 1950 version, has the waffle top, and the 1959 version, which we're doing the series on cast bullet and jacketed bullet accuracy. And these guys were introduced in 1948, and they are still being made. Well, they were still being made until Marlin, all of the Marlin manufacturing capability was shut down and moved into a Ruger facility. And so I'm hoping to get an update here pretty soon on when Marlin is going to be in production again, but it's probably going to be the second half of the year for sure. And I'm looking forward to seeing the catalog and to find out what Marlin is going to offer. There's a couple of little dents right there in the wood, but looking forward to seeing what Marlin is going to offer in their product line. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I'm going to shoot these guys downrange and then get in out of this mist. All right, 5 more rounds, then we're going to call it a day. All right, I'll see you guys and girls in the next video.